And the reason we're
Alright, looks like we're live. Renee, congratulations, you are first. Can I put on some Elton John? No. Pretty sure that would be, you know, something or other.
here, it finally arrived. And as a scale RC helicopter enthusiast, I have been waiting for this little helicopter for a good month now. I've been out of town for a bit, but was greeted with this when I got home. So let's get into it. I really want to thank Banggood for sending me the E200. Like I said, as a scale enthusiast, this one was a pretty bright blip on the radar. Computerized radio that's running that protocol, whether it be Futaba or any of the multi-protocol options out there. You can bind it to any one of those radios. We'll look at the helicopter in more detail in just a bit. Let's see what else we get. Got the user manual. I had a quick peek through it. It's not great, but the main thing is you've got a good parts listing and a 1.5. It's plugged in. I hate they've got a little bar indicator on them. Cost a lot. That is the biggest downfall of this with the detail on this thing. It is absolutely stunning. The amount of rivet detail and small little.
How long do I plan on streaming for? Could be 6 hours, could be 6 days. Who the fuck knows, dude? We'll see. Jalen donated $2. Good news. I turned someone vegan. Richard, they've been vegan for 1 month. They were vegetarian. Well, don't mean to curb your enthusiasm, but I would always have a I'd always take those claims with a grain of salt when a friend says they've gone vegan. A lot of people will follow the lifestyle for like, a month or two, and then again, their normal dumb bitch basic thoughts like creep in again, and then they just quit. So, you should be proud of yourself for, convincing somebody to, follow the lifestyle and shit, but, yeah. I would wait a while before being super enthusiastic. Thanks for the donation, though, Jalen.
Details on this thing. We've got little cable cutters. Even the doors slide partially open. Even the struts, they're sprung on the wheels. The wheels turn, even the little back one. Windshield wipers, just phenomenal. And if all the scale lighting is already on there. The rotor blades themselves, they're even scale with it's super fragile. And this is not meant for a brand new collective pitch flyer. You have to be a pretty good collective pitch flyer to even consider something like this, because like I said, it's got the built-in SFHSS RX. As you can see though, we've also got, focus, a port for S-Bus, so you could use a micro S-Bus receiver or a small DSMX spectrum receiver if you wanted to fly it with one of those radios as well, but you'd have to find some place to put the receiver, and it's tight in here. Anyway, the bind button is kind of right at the front here. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll put it into bind mode, so you power it up. And just get some kind of little pokey tool. Just got a little hex, so at midpoint on my pitch curve. So I'm going to try to do some really smooth scale flying here. My setup right now, I'm running a flatline 60% throttle curve, -1 to +10 degrees on my collective, and only 40% output dual rate on my cyclic. That's the kind of response with 40% dual rate. Very tame for tame scale flight. And tail rotors at 50%, and that's the yaw rate. So we'll just do a few circuits here, trying to keep it nice and scale-like. I can't believe how smooth it is. Got a little bit of a breeze, but those 4 rotor blades are just eating them up. Red light on the top. There it turns green and self-level. All scale heli.
Let's see. Greg Doucette. Open controversy at the Mr. Olympia.
Because there's a lot of controversy. 50,000 plus comments of controversy, and it's only been an hour. And so, here to wrap up the 2023 Mr. Olympia Open Men's Bodybuilding, and boy, was there some controversy. I'm going to get right into that, but first, let me start off by saying who placed in the top 5, and in 5th place was Andrew Jackson.
You used to work on Blackhawks? That's pretty fucking cool. I've always really liked helicopters.
Andrew Jack, I had in 4th place. I think he should have deserved 4th place, but they got him in 5th. Now, he could have had leaner legs, but boy, this guy has an amazing upper body. Amazing legs too, just not quite as shredded as it could have been. The guy can pose. He had an amazing routine, a sexy routine, full splits in the end. This guy knows what he's doing. If he can get a bit leaner and just get a little bit more size, I mean, he does have size, he could eventually win a Mr. Olympia championship. The guy has an incredible physique, and I'm sure he wowed the crowd, and I really did want him in 4th place. And in 4th place, I had him in 5th, Brandon Curry. Apparently he had food poisoning or something. If that's the truth, he should just keep having food poisoning. I mean, the guy might have been at his best. I think he was just as good as he's ever been. I didn't see any real flaws. As usual, his legs aren't quite up to the size and condition.
There's a bodybuilding like drama documentary. What was it fucking called? But the guy in the documentary said getting food poisoning is ideal for bodybuilding or getting the flu. Like, all the people who come in the best shape always get sick. Because that's the only way you can lose, like, the weight and get lean and dehydrated for a fucking show. It's pretty crazy. Raising the bar. Raising the bar is what it's called. Yeah, maybe we could watch that on stream at some point.
Conditioning of the upper body, but he has a great physique, very aesthetic, and I mean, for him to get 4th place, he has to be pleased with that. It was no shock to anyone who was going to be the top 3. I predicted this a long time ago. But talking with thousands of people at the expo, everyone had someone different winning. Everyone. And so no matter what country you're from, no matter what state you're in, no matter who is your favorites, you should respect the fact that any of those 3 could have won. I am a fan of Derek Lunsford. I was cheering for him to win. I had him winning. If he hadn't won, I wouldn't have freaked out. I wouldn't have made controversy. And so you got to be respectful to other people. Now, in 3rd place, Samson Doda. I had him in 3rd place. To me, it was a clear 3rd place. But if he had won, I wouldn't have freaked out. I wouldn't have been like, oh my goodness. But this is how I saw it, and this is how I'm seeing it as a judge. He, from the front, was winning. He was winning. He was the best. Standing relaxed, holy. As soon as he walked on stage, I'm like, oh boy, it could be an upset. This guy could win. Remember, I'm cheering for Derek. But then turns around, the back is not there yet. And I'm saying yet doesn't mean he's not going to get there. He has a huge amount of potential. He might actually win next year. I don't know. He was very, very good. One of the closest Mr. Olympias I've seen in ever in history. 3 guys, they kept flopping them from 1st to 2nd to 3rd, all getting a chance in the middle. Everyone was wondering who's actually going to win this. And so I think that was done very, very well. It kept the audience guessing. I thought it was respectful to the athletes. Everyone had a fair shot at winning that title. So I'm foreshadowing because there's a lot of controversy. 50,000 plus comments of controversy, and it's only been an hour. Samson Doda needs leaner legs. He could have been more conditioned, okay? He needs to come in leaner, but he's just getting to where he is right now. It's taken him a while. It's been 2 years. People are saying maybe if he brings it together, he'll get to the Olympia. Get to, not win. Now it's like, can he win the Olympia? And so from the front, I feel he's dominating, but from the side, he's not dominating anymore. Hadi and Derek both, I feel, beating him on the side. And from the rear, Hadi and Derek both beating him lights out. And so you got to give him 3rd place. Did not think he had the condition to battle out these 2 other gentlemen. Very tall, imposing, excellent symmetry. He looks like a classic physique competitor, only with more muscle. And so fabulous job by Samson Doda. He really, really brought it. $100,000 for his efforts. And in the top 2, it was the same as last year. The same.
The Jalen Donny Tellers, I have another friend who is going plant-based. I won't call him vegan yet. Says your birth month determines the ideal fruit for your diet. Oh boy. Yeah, whenever I hear that sort of shit, I don't think that person is ever going to be vegan, or they're an ex-vegan in the making. Where do you get an idea like that? It's so stupid. Thanks for the donation though, Jalen. Some guy donated $2. I'm guessing you've seen this already. If you have seen it, why does everyone seem to hate Ansel Keys? What did you think of him if you have seen it?
It has been 1 week.
I don't think I've seen this yet. Yeah, I haven't seen this one. We might give that a watch. We might. The Israel-Palestine stuff is just pissing me off so much, dude. But we might watch it. And why does everybody hate Ansel Keys? Everybody hates Ansel Keys because he's a good researcher who knows what he's talking about. And it's just that he debunks a lot of low-carb, high-fat, diet ideologues, so everybody likes to hate on him. That's why. Thanks for that donation, though, some guy. Tom donated $2. Here, pal. Use this money to buy chewing gum for you and Jasmine. Well, I'm not sure if we'll use it to buy chewing gum, but thanks for the donation, Tom.
Weeks since we've talked.
Same top two. I thought it was going to be like this, predicted it was going to be like this, and I was not disappointed. Very close battle. Could have gone either way, but I did feel Derek won. Not everyone judges bodybuilding the same way as I do. So this is how I saw it. From the front, depending on the pose, either man was better. Hadi Chopin was better, absolutely most muscular. Most muscular every time he did it. I'm staring. I'm a fan. I'm watching Hadi. I'm watching him do his most muscular. I'm watching the striations in the chin. That is because he has a vacuum pose just as good, if not better, than Chris Bumstead, which is saying a lot because Chris Bumstead's vacuum, it's out of this world. And to me, it's why he has 20 million followers. Well, part of the reason, because that vacuum pose made is mind-blowing. It's worth the price of admission just to see that pose alone. When you go either way, Samson Dota, I feel a little bit behind on those side poses. What's that famous saying that everyone says? Shows are won from the back. This show, without question, was won, if not dominated, from the back. When I saw Derek do his back double freaking bicep, I was thinking, I've never seen anything like this. The only guy that, you remember Ronnie Coleman? To comment saying he got robbed and he deserved this and it. They were close. It could have gone either way. And so they went through all their poses and in.
All right.
Check this dumb shout out. I think he's still on the juice though, lols.
Did an 86-hour water fast and I feel incredible. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but I've been told by the experts that water fasting can help to significantly reduce risk of cancer, Alzheimer's, and a ton of other health issues. No. Not eating for 2 or 3 days is not going to do anything. It'll lower your blood pressure. It will disrupt your electrolyte balance and make you more likely to have cardiac arrest. But no, it won't do anything for you.
Hey guys, what's up? I just got done fasting for 86 hours. I feel like a superhero. I feel incredible. And I want to tell you how I did it. I love sharing.
Some guy donated $2. Yeah, dude, the new Hassan video from Willie is insane. Hassan's Copen fan base is fucking crazy. I'm convinced at this point that Hassan isn't just stupid. He's stupid and evil. He's an evil person. He's not just a bad person, he's evil. He's one of the worst people I've ever fucking seen. But yeah, we'll take a look at the video next. Thanks for the donation, some guy. Jalen donated $2. It's my Dr. Sebi friend. He won't eat potatoes, beans, or rice. That's genius. He won't take B12 as he said B12 makes plants grow. Well, that's an ex-vegan. Ex-vegan incoming. And then, of course, he'll make claims like veganism's unsustainable and the human body isn't naturally, supposed to be vegan. Yeah, ex-vegan incoming. Thanks for the donation, though, Jalen.
Sharing this kind of stuff with you. So when I left the event on Saturday night, I started fasting. And here's a picture of me Saturday night when I left.
Yeah, so Dana's on steroids.
Just got done this morning, so Saturday to Wednesday, and here are the pictures of me this morning. So
yeah, no shit, dude, you're dehydrated. So if you're eating food, he probably took this photo right after he ate because you can see his stomach where, the poop in food is held is bulged out a little bit. No shit, if you go from taking a photo where you're eating and, living life as normal and, right before you have to take a fat shit, and then you take a fucking photo where you haven't eaten for several days and all you've done is drink water, you're gonna be fucking dehydrated. And yeah, by internet fucking, stupid, unrealistic body image standards, you're gonna look better. But that's not realistic. You have to eat or else you'll die. So, talking about like how, oh my god, I look so much better. Like, okay, well, guess what? We have to eat. We have to fucking shit. You're not gonna look like, it's just unrealistic to expect, you know, yourself to look like this.
So, I don't know if you've seen this online, but it's called the 7-day water fast. And this doctors have done studies on this, and this thing is legit. It gives you an over 70% chance of not getting cancer.
No. The only thing water fasting does is it's the most effective way of lowering blood pressure very rapidly. So if you have hypertension and it's uncontrolled, doing a water fast is an extremely effective way to bring down your blood pressure to a healthy level. Now, we have medications that usually are able to lower your blood pressure, but if you're, for whatever reason, unresponsive to medications, or the medications aren't enough, or there's contraindicators, water fasting, again, most effective way of lowering your blood pressure. Other than that, it does nothing. Cancer is something that takes, you know, a long time to develop. Why does he think that not eating for 3 days, like, what is that going to do in terms of preventing cancer? Absolutely nothing. You have to eat. You have to live life as normal. Like, every so often, not eating for, you know, a day or two or maybe 3 days, it's not going to do anything to reduce your cancer risk.
Alzheimer's and other nasty diseases. And basically, you drink water for 72 hours. Gary likes that better than 7. He says it's safer. And I'm going to walk you through what the protocol is in this video. So the first 24 hours, all you drink is water. But you can put electrolytes in your water. This is what I use. I'm sure you could use any electrolytes you want, but make sure that there's 0, 0, 0, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 calories. This is all 0, and this stuff tastes really good. This is what I've been using for a while. So the first 24 hours, you drink water.
So if you don't add electrolytes into your water, if you're doing a water fast, you can actually cause cardiac arrest. Like, it's pretty serious. You can run out of electrolytes very, very rapidly, and you can make yourself have irregular heartbeats, and you can actually kill yourself.
And you can use that in your water. Then the next day, this is the cleanest broth that you can buy. This thing only has,
Oh my god. He eats this shit, and then he's wondering why he feels like shit unless he's not eating. Like, buddy. First thing he eats after doing a water fast is fucking chicken bone broth. Like, dude, maybe if you just ate clean foods like fruits and vegetables, you wouldn't have to feel the need to just stop eating completely. Oh my
God. This thing
god.
only has 45 calories, less than 1 gram of carbs, and it has like 13 grams of protein. So all it really has is protein and 45 calories. That is the cleanest broth out available. Chefs will tell you that. It's Gary Brecka approved. You can pick this up anywhere. You do this twice.
Wait, he eats nothing but bone broth. What the fuck?
A day.
That's disgusting.
For the next 2 days. You drink all your water with electrolytes, but you can do the broth twice a day. Bone broth, the bone broth, twice a day for the next 2 days. You're gonna feel incredible. And obviously, you know, you're doing it for the internal, but externally, you get absolutely shredded on this thing. Hey.
Dana White is not a smart man. That is dumb as hell. Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. I love how, you know, people with just massive social media followings are always the ones who just promote some idiotic fad rather than, just eat clean, exercise, watch your calories, just the basics.
About Hassan's terrible political career full of hypocrisy, misreporting stories, and shifting the goalpost when he's wrong, all while villainizing anyone who disagrees with him.
What a f***ing liar, dude. What a f***ing Weasley little...
A lot of Hassan fans criticized me for my React content, shaming Hassan for stealing content while you're literally stealing Hassan's content. Interesting. It should be obvious, but me only using the necessary parts of Hassan's content to make my point is not the same as him reacting to an entire video.
His fans are retarded, so you have to give him a break. Jalen donated $2. I did the fasting you speak of, Richard. I can confirm everything you say is true. Yeah, it's stupid. It's just fucking dumb. Like, why do it? Like, in order to be healthy, you have to eat well, you have to exercise, you have to get enough sleep, you have to be, like, mentally well, all these things. Like, and these are daily things that you have to do, and throughout the day. What is not eating and only drinking water for 1 or 2 or 3 days at a time gonna do? Nothing. So I don't know where people get this idea. It's just stupid. And it's risky too. Thanks for the donation though, Jalen.
Barely paying attention, leaving partway through.
Then Monday morning.
Twice. And then coming back completely lost on where he is or what's going on.
Really frustrating that, this is a fundamental thing I believe in, and I advocate for, and I practice what I fucking preach, and yet motherfuckers still always say that I am actually fake.
A lot of Hassan fans are mad at me because I called Hassan a fake socialist, a hypocrite. Aw, socialism man has money. Socialism man bad. You are not allowed to critique capitalism if you have money, lol. No iPhone equals socialist? Please read just a crumb, please, I beg you. I never called Hassan a hypocrite because he's rich. I called Hassan a hypocrite because he advocates that companies should profit share with their employees while he pays his employees absolutely nothing.
As a socialist, right? Does that carry over to your Twitch?
To podcast, who? To who? To what?
To editor.
And by the way, there are companies and corporations that do follow a socialist structure. There's nothing in, the law that says you cannot run a company or corporation with a socialist structure. You can. There's a few technology companies that I know of that make robotics equipment that have a socialist structure.
What does over a 70% chance of not getting cancer mean? LMFAO. Is this some relative risk assessment or some absolute risk? Why are all the morons the most monetarily successful? Bizarre.
There was a big hedge fund expert guy who said dumber people are destined to be more successful than smart people because smart people actually think about things. So dumb people are going to take really stupid risks, and most of those dumb people are going to make dumb decisions and fail, but some of those dumb people are going to make dumb, risky decisions that pay off like crazy, and smart people won't do that. So, yeah. But thanks for the donation, Josh. So yeah, for Hassan to claim that socialism is the way to go, and then he doesn't even pay his employees, yeah, he's a hypocrite. If you're going to claim, you believe in socialism and you own your own sort of media business like he does, he should pay his fucking employees at the very least. Jadler donated $2. So I heard you say you're agnostic to free will. So does that mean you are also agnostic to a god or moral realism, since you can't disprove either as well? I'm not agnostic of a all-powerful, benevolent god existing, because I think the logical and evidential problem of evil disproves the existence of an all-powerful, benevolent God. And moral realism, I'm not agnostic to moral realism. Morals are analytically linked to a mind. I haven't seen any evidence that they're not. So if that's the case, morality is subjective. So, no. For example, no one can disprove there isn't independent moral truths. What do you even mean by that? I don't even know what that means. But no, like the idea of morality is analytically linked to a mind. So if that's the case, morality is subjective. Thanks for the donation though, Jadler.
To moderators?
Yes.
So you're paying moderators or a head of moderation?
No, not editors and not moderators. I don't want moderators to come on board exclusively because they want to, use this as a job opportunity.
That's subjectively hypocritical. And let's face it, it's just funny to watch Hassan act like he's a blue-collar worker on stream, acting like he's shocked when he hears how expensive people's homes are.
Glass doors, which is absolutely horrible for audio quality.
Dude, this is like unimaginable wealth, dude. How the fuck do people make this much money? $2.9 million?
His own home costs more money. Dude, what?
Near Las Vegas? Dude, oh my fucking lord, dude. You can buy a fucking castle in Las Vegas.
Bro, he bought a $3 million house.
Yeah. What the fuck? His own home costs more money
For himself the next month. What is he talking about? Not a Hassan fan, but...
Dude, this is retarded.
To shut the fuck up. People need to be told that they are wrong all the time.
God.
Hassan hates any and all journalism that goes against his worldview. 3 years ago, a video went viral of a man holding a BLM sign in what was apparently the most racist town in America. The video is 2 minutes long and features people threatening to kill him, calling him the N-word, and Hassan loves it.
This is braver than the troops, okay? I'll just say this right now. What he's doing is, sometimes we use that as a joke. They say like, oh, this man's braver than the troops. But like what he's doing is literally just straight up putting his life on the line without any sort of protection or Kevlar or anything. How many of these people are off-duty cops? Okay, probably 0 of them because none of them tackled him and beat the shit out of him while the camera was on.
Gideon saw this video last year and decided to do some citizen journalism to see if this video was an accurate portrayal of the town's citizens. He went there and discovered that the town had a bad rap.
I'm not gonna lie, when I did come here and stuff like that, hearing that it's the most racist town in America, I was just, going on expecting it, like, the racism and stuff like that, make it a video, like, oh man, this is what happened to me. But as I got here, I realized, I said, I cannot put that connotation on this town because I am not experiencing that,
Hassan didn't like Gideon's findings, so he frames him off rip as a white apologist.
I thought to myself, not only as a content creator, but also as a black man, I had to go to this town and find out firsthand the truth about the most racist town in America.
All right, so
Please tell me he's not going to whitewash this shit, right? Please. So one thing that we need to always establish is that, like, just because a fucking town is racist, one, doesn't mean that they're going to be, like, literally running around and doing hate crimes to every black person they see. I don't know why Americans have such a twisted and broken understanding of what racism is, which is weird.
He's moving the goalposts. The original video that Gideon is investigating showed people being openly and aggressively racist for 2 minutes straight. What he's saying has nothing to do with anything. When Hassan finishes the video, he calls everyone who enjoyed it racist.
All the comments are eating it up. Yeah, bro, if you're racist little white zoomer and you're watching Gideon, of course you're gonna love it when your favorite black comedian is feeding into your worldview that, like, being racist in an Xbox lobby is just memes.
People in his chat who criticized Hassan.
Funny or not?
Let me take a look, Renee.
I haven't come to terms with my miscarriages yet, but to be fair, neither did they. I keep thinking what I'd name my last child, and I was leaning towards Juan because he was the one who got away. Like, no, I'll name him Racist because he came out in pieces. Or maybe Skeet because he was scattered all over that toilet bowl. You could say we had a falling out. What do I call it if it's a girl, though? Do I call her Bridget because she fell into some troubled water? Or maybe Tracy, because it took several flushes to get rid of all traces of her. At the end of the day, I'm proud of my miscarriages. Daddy may not have been able to pull out in time, but they sure did. I haven't come to terms with.
Not funny. But thanks for the donation, Renee.
Hassan's takeaway, he would then also call racist while being racist.
Wow, looking for racism when someone actively trying to bridge a gap? What gap, dude? What gap? You can't bridge a gap with the Klan, you dingus. God damn, that's the most Caucasian take I've ever heard in my entire goddamn life. What the do you mean, bridge a gap?
If your go-to reaction when you're mad is to go after somebody's skin color, that says a lot about you. He's also saying that the town is home to the Klan, which is not true. That's a different town, which Gideon explains in his video.
They said that this place was like the most racist town in America, but like what have you seen here that you would like deem maybe racist?
Out in Zeke, which is probably like a 20-minute drive, the leader of the Ku Klux Klan or whatever lives out there.
So this isn't the racist town, Zink.
Oh wow, Hassan misrepresenting the facts of the situation. It's like he's made a career out of it. Hassan is a self-described on-the-ground journalist who only reports from his bedroom.
Me going live and giving you 10 hours of on the ground, 10 hours of reporting from the ground,
What? From the ground of your basement?
At a critical moment, at a critical time.
And then he spends his time discrediting actual on-the-ground journalism because it doesn't fit his worldview.
You're like, I can't watch a video that is like already accrued, okay? 3.4 million views.
Just pathetic. Ugh. Jadler Donatillers. Okay, so if there was a god that created all of us and had his own rules of the world of what's right or wrong, but he never revealed himself or the truths, morality would still be subjective, dependent on our mind. Is that what you're saying? Yes. What, like, I don't understand how the existence of a god would change that. God would have his own beliefs on what morality is, and so would you. Neither would be correct. It's subjective. It's like again, morality is analytically linked to the existence of a mind. So by nature, it would have to be subjective. Otherwise, if I'm wrong, then make an argument. I can open up Discord if you want to debate this, by the way. Just ask. Thanks for the donation, though, Jadler. Josh, just a second.
Have you seen the beginning of this? It's funny.
Yeah, I've seen this. This is old.
As long as they have their
Wait. Do you understand that you're an idiot slave? Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I've seen this. This is old. It was pretty funny that he actually ran into Spherage, but I've seen it. It's old. Thanks for that donation, Philip. Filipino boy. Josh Dilworth, Donatillers, how hot is he in this? Question mark.
Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm slaying. Your Honor.
Not hot at all, but thanks for the donation, Josh.
Over the course of the past 24 hours that is inherently political, that is about possibly this person, either A, whitewashing white supremacists, or B, not. Shut the fuck.
How do you whitewash white supremacists? Why are you going in this thinking that I'm going to go in here trying to make white supremacists look good? Like, why is that your first thought? Like, why, like, do you think I think that little of my race that I'm going to go in there to like try to like make it look like white supremacy is great and stuff like that?
I mean, that does seem to be Hassan's comment section's takeaway.
I literally had someone in this comment section say, I don't even know what racism is. And I went on their profile picture and they were a white person. And they were saying that I don't know what racism is. How are you going to tell me in my 21 years of life, I don't know what racism is? And just because I didn't push a narrative of a 3-minute video that was showing people saying racist things, I actually showed the good of a town and stuff like that. I'm not smart enough, or I don't understand.
He does it because you disagreed with him.
All the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
It is
And since then, has he taken the criticism in good faith, becoming a better political commentator? No, of course not. It's Hassan. He's delusional. He hasn't changed a bit. He will still sit there blindly saying stuff about Gaza while the article on stream is proving him wrong.
After the takeover, Israel and Egypt imposed a blockade over the Strip as a way to stop them from importing weapons, and also any secondary materials that could be used to make weapons. Just by their own admission alone, we know that they have the capacity to produce their own weapons with support from Iran.
Yeah, no, I think that's bullshit too. Again, like, that's what Israel claims, and that's the reason why...
That's what Hamas claims. That's what Hamas claims.
The receipt is right in front of him, and despite his bias being on full display, describing himself as a self-propagandist...
Make no mistake, the posters are propaganda. Of course they are.
Dude, what a fucking moron. Like, holy shit, dude. And, like, he's reacting to Lonerbox, who I'd say has a pretty even, viewpoint on this. Like, my God.
But just like I do propaganda, right?
Will at the same time claim that his coverage has been even-handed.
Since day one, I have been incredibly even-handed and incredibly tempered in my coverage. I've been incredibly even-handed and incredibly tempered in my coverage for obvious reasons, even though... inside of me, a fire burns, okay?
Hassan is very talented.
He's a fucking liar.
Lol, I'm not trying to debate, I just think a lot and try and debate myself on all my beliefs, and sometimes I can't find my own answer, so I just donate to you and maybe you can help me find answers. Also, fuck Hassan and the world we live in.
Yeah, Hassan is, literal scum, and he definitely makes the world a worse place. But no problem, Jadler. Thanks for the donation, dude. Frat Boy donated $2. I love how there's literally a world out there filled with poverty, animal suffering, child exploitation, and these fucking fools are worried about Sky Daddy. Fucking losers.
Inshallah ta'ala. Yeah, خلاص.
Was Jesus a Muslim?
Okay, طيب. Sheikh is maybe in a better position to answer that, but Islam, it means submission. All of the prophets, they submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, in essence, they were actually Muslims. إِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّ أَسْلِمْ قَالَ أَسْلَمْتُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Allah told Ibrahim to aslim, which basically means to submit. Right? Means to submit. And then he had...
So, cuckolds are Islamists because they submit. Interesting.
And then he said, I have now submitted myself to submit your will to Allah Azza wa Jalla. That's what all of the prophets done. And by way of that, they are Muslims. Yani people who submitted, or prophets who submitted their will to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallah, ya Shaykh? Yeah, of course. What's your actual name? Is it Sneeko?
Sneeko, yeah. I'll tell you if we weren't live right now.
Don't want me to expose you?
I do want to ask about a serious issue that we haven't talked about yet. I think we're all boycotting, and we could post on social media only so much before they try to delete your account, shadow ban.
I think Twitter, X is the only one that...
It's the most protected.
They're not shadow banning, are they?
No. So far, Twitter and
if I
yeah, because Twitter's run by a literal Nazi.
I can just cut you there. You know, subhanAllah, Elon Musk, he's not even a Muslim, right? He's not a Muslim. But look how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at times uses people for that which is going to serve the Muslims in a better way. Like we've had these attacks of Israelis in the past on Palestine, but things would get censored and people wouldn't actually really see the reality of what's going on. Allah sent us non-Muslim, and when did He take over? Maybe like what, a couple of months ago, 4 or 5 months? And then subhanAllah, now so many people are coming to Al-Islam because of what they're seeing these Israelis doing to the Muslims. And Allah yu'ayyid hadha ad-din bi rajulin fajir, Mr. said, Allah Azza wa Jalla sometimes at times uses a wicked individual now to bring prosperity to Al-Islam. May Allah Azza wa Jalla guide him to Islam. Wallah, I make dua for him. He has a good heart. The fact that he even wanted to help the Muslims, I don't know how true that actually is, but that was the case, right? He wanted to give them internet and and he's even like tweeting about them and whatever have you, may Allah guide him to Islam and pay Morgan as well, right? Even though he's a wretched individual, but we still make dua that Allah guides him. Yeah, sorry, got you there.
Is the best thing we could do is make dua for Palestine?
Yeah, without a shadow of doubt, and boycott as much as you can as well, because it definitely did impact the economy, right? Shahulullah, it definitely did. So much so that they started changing their barcodes on their products, right? Because they're spending a lot of money every single day. You can see all of their tanks, alhamdulillah, you know, but it's costing them a lot. And today I read, subhanAllah, Mercedes donated $1 million to the Israelis, right?
Doe donated $2. 2 videos may be worth reacting to after this.
Hello YouTube. And what?
Tolerance is not a virtue.
Hey everybody, it's Jason.
Just saw a reel explaining why so many pro bodybuilders do partial reps. Okay, that's funny coming from Blaha. Sure, those sound pretty minty. Thanks for the donation, Doe.
Not buying that my back anymore.
Huh?
Not gonna buy that S-Class anymore.
No, but that doesn't mean if you already have something that you get rid of it. La. If you already have it, it's fine. You know? Can't do much after. You're gonna be doing ida'atul mal. You're gonna be wasting all of that.
I got a Tesla, man. I'm good. You
Yeah,
lost.
sorry.
I actually have a question for you.
Oh man, Sneagles.
I used to watch you before I was listening before you. I used to
Mashallah.
watch you. And one of the things I wanted to ask you is, for someone for where you were at, for us that had to revert back to this, I can kind of understand where the world we were in. I wanted to ask you, like, how did your heart feel when Deen came to you? I think people that grow up as Muslims, they have that with their whole life. They have to.
Alright, this is just gay as fuck.
Does that make sense? So I'm not going to give you an answer. Maybe one day, inshallah, I'll release a video. I actually put like 10 pages together.
Yeah, this is nonsense. Let's watch the Blaha video first.
Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about something that I saw coming through my social media feed, and I stopped and watched the reel, and it was really kind of funny because it was one of those cases where the person was speaking the truth in terms of biomechanics, but what they were saying is not what these bodybuilders do, or even what he was then kind of showing in his reel as bodybuilders do. You know, he kind of pointed out that, look, people talk about the need for full range of motion or hypertrophy, but you see all these pro bodybuilders do.
Blaha has loose skin on his calves. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Somebody who has loose skin on their calves.
Doing partials.
That is so weird.
You know, and he tried to explain it as, hey, they're skipping the lockout. But the funny thing is, a lot of these pro bodybuilders you're seeing are skipping the bottom. They're not just skipping the lockouts of movements. And he went into a long diatribe that, again, is actually true. It is actually correct to say that, you know, the research does kind of show that most of the muscle growth happens at the bottom part of movements. So if a lot of these guys are getting enough workload, enough volume, and maybe they're skipping lockouts, but they're working the bottom, then, you know, biomechanically, this still works. A lot of the evidence would suggest that this is capable of causing maximum hypertrophy, and they're just not wasting effort, you know, with shortened positions of muscles, and they're sticking with lengthened positions. And again, this would be a true statement, except that that's not what these pro bodybuilders do. A lot of these pro bodybuilders work the middle. And again, that will come over to people saying, well, they're chasing continual tension, but continual tension has never been really found to be a factor in muscle growth, has it? It hasn't. I mean, it does give you a good pump, and maybe there.
This scene is epic. Watch it if you haven't seen it.
See? That's what you get! Get back! What's wrong with you? Off me, you damn 38!
That scene was retarded. That was so stupid how a guy like would use basically a cattle prod to poke a chimpanzee. That would just make them mad and they'd tear your face off. Though, like those Planet of the Apes prequels, I guess you could call them, remakes, reimaginings, they are so bad. They're entertaining on some level, but they're so bad. Thanks for the donation, Kogan Rate Bully.
There is some data to suggest that there is some correlation with pump and being a sign of certain types of fatigue, which again can be a positive sign that we may have had a productive set.
This video is boring as fuck. Holy fuck, dude. How is he so, like, fucking bald? I don't think I've ever seen somebody as bald as Blaha. I don't know how to explain it. Jasmine, have you ever seen anybody more bald? I don't think you can possibly become more bald than this. There's something about him that just seems especially bald to me.
You know what he reminds me of?
What?
You know those ugly creatures in Harry Potter that like scream when you pull them out of a pot?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
He's like
The mandrakes.
Yeah, mandrakes. Yeah. That's what he reminds me of.
Yeah, he kind of looks like the mandrakes from Harry Potter. He actually does look a lot fucking like him. He does, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He actually looks like
That's what I
him.
think of when I see Blaha.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Love you.
Welcome to a new episode of The Educated Barbarian. Today I want to discuss with you guys the concept of tolerance. As you might have noticed, in this day and age, it is extremely important to be tolerant to the point that it appears to have become a cardinal virtue. Other things like strength, like courage, like honesty, take a secondary role, and to be a good citizen of the world, you first and foremost must be tolerant. If you drive around where I live, for example, you'll see a bunch of yard signs, and they all say things like be kind or be tolerant. They never say be strong or be brave. That means something. It means that as a society...
That doesn't mean anything. We all already have that virtue. Some guy donated $2. Ansel Keys being a Giga Chad on Game Show in 1961.
Ration of World War II was named after one of these men. What is your name, please?
My name is Dr. Ansel Keys.
My name is Dr. Ansel Keys.
My name is Dr. Ansel Keys.
Only one of these men is the real Dr. Keys. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Kitty Carlisle, Ralph Bellamy, and sitting in for Polly Bergen, Miss Peggy Cass, on To Tell the Truth, with your host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much.
Thank you and welcome once again to Tell the Truth, brought to you this week by Helene Curtis, makers of fine beauty products, creators of...
Together with fats and sometimes parched grains used by American Indians and all the way up to the Arctic.
Number 2, what is bully beef?
Bully beef is tinned
Beef used in World War I. The British, I think, originated that, believe me.
Number 3, what are lipids?
Lipids are proteins.
Huh?
Lipids are proteins.
Protein. Number 1, what are lipids?
Lipids are fats and things that are dissolved in fat solvents.
Number 2, in your K ration, did you have an absolute...
Where did the guy get the idea that lipids are proteins? There's lipoproteins, but lipid, lipo, like where does he get protein from that? Like even if you don't know these words, the etymological context of these words will inform you of what they mean.
What the fuck, I wrote with people like this. Actually, I know the answer, but fuck. People are selfish.
Let me take a look.
The following shocking footage of constables looting a home was captured by an officer who thought she'd turned her body camera off.
Okay. Put him in my shirt. Hold on. This shit about last night. Piss. Nah. Sure would hate to sanitize it.
She has her body cam on.
Oakley glasses. Hold on. Give me a second.
It was January 26th, 2021, when an already terrible day got even worse.
Dude, like, imagine being that much of a retarded piece of shit. Like, my God. You can't be too bright to even steal that many things. Like, obviously, somebody's gonna notice they've been robbed and know who
Worse
did it.
for a family in Smith County, Texas. Not only were they being evicted from their home, but it would later be revealed that some of the constables enforcing the eviction were secretly removing items from the residence for themselves.
Hold on. Hold on, don't come down here.
Oh, this one right here? Yeah.
Let me see.
She trying to turn off her body cam?
Put him in my shirt. Hold on. Hey, Gamble. Hold on.
Oh, we got some cocaine.
Oh.
Yeah, everything here. So.
This can go from here. You set that box right.
Yeah.
We set that on that dresser.
What's this?
A box. Hold on. Second, you got this bong.
We're the officers charged with theft.
I sure as hell fucking hope so. I'm pretty sure they did. Thanks for that donation, James.
What is this? Some gun.
A stinger, maybe. Go for it. Let me see. No, it's a clip.
Well, actually, it's not a clip, if we're going to get technical. It's a magazine, but technicalities seem to be the least of their concerns right now.
To a gun?
Yeah, it's a Ruger.
Okay, this is some more bullets. Yeah, sheriff's office. Some more money.
Too fat of it.
Hold on a minute.
The officers in the footage you just saw are Curtis Traylor Harris and LaQuinda Banks. Their impromptu shopping spree is interrupted by the tenant's 17-year-old daughter, who was alone at the house with a friend when the officers arrived.
Next step is just kind of move everything out. Is that like, do we need to just step out? Do we need to stay in? What is it we need to do?
They're going to move everything out. But before they leave, the locks will be changed. So get your purse.
Yep. Like, just get all like personal belongings that we're going to need right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Because everything is going to be right here.
Like you said, I'm sorry, she's just 17. I'm just her friend.
No.
Just,
Oh, no.
Kind of confused on what was going on.
It's just a procedure.
With that handled for the time being, the constables return to what's really important here, hiding their loot. Where they choose to store it is not only shocking, but incredibly bold, considering how many eyes are
They stole the bong
on them.
Hey, open your, open. I need to go in the car for a minute.
Sure.
I need to go in your car for a minute.
Yeah, think of something.
Let's just put something in there.
Dude, they're all at the very least complicit in the crime. This is baffling.
Who's that?
Put something in there.
Dodo Night Tellers, oh my god, what the fuck? You're on so late. You can't play Alan Wake tonight. It's too late. Also, I got questions. Would you move to the Middle East if World War III started and Mideast was only safe place, not at war? No. Will you play Control 2? I never seen you play Control 1 on stream. Are they making a second Control? Is there a trailer for it? Control 2. Sick. That's a year ago. Jesse Faden, small cameo. Let me see. Control 2 is happening. Yeah, like I do want a second game to come out. Control was really cool.
Let the waves of your riding carry you there.
Hello?
They're all yours.
Okay.
If anyone asks, you were never here.
So, yeah, they must have been being investigated by the agency.
We just found out Control 2 is officially happening, and we've got everything that you need to know about it, so let's talk about it.
Are you listening?
Okay, that person's annoying. That's interesting. Well, thanks to the Nation Dodo, and don't worry, I wasn't really planning on playing Alan Wake. I was going to play more Mortal Kombat.
It's okay.
I'm good.
What you got?
Yeah, put it in my pocket.
Oh.
I can leave it.
Just sit in the driver's seat. Sit in the driver's seat and take it.
Okay.
It seems like the other constable almost notices that his colleague's body camera is still on. So close. But even after inspecting it, he doesn't catch on that every 5-finger discount is being recorded. Though they don't know it, this miscalculation will eventually come back to bite them.
All right.
Where's the cash at?
Oh, he got that.
Dude, the amount of corruption within these police agencies, holy shit. We'll see. I want to finish the story mode before I do any online matches.
Depending on the situation, officers can sometimes have legal grounds to remove items from a house during an eviction. For example, if the owner is present and there's no criminal offense being investigated, there could be grounds to remove some of the tenant's personal property from the rental. In this case, however, it seems like all they're taking are items with some monetary value. Given the context of their conversations, these actions have no legal rationale. This doesn't stop LaQuinda from unloading her entire haul into her
Her name is LaQuanda. Oh my god, of course it is.
colleague's back seat. Then she makes the bold decision to go back into the house for a second round of acquisitions. Significantly, she is still recording.
I put all that in Derek's car.
Okay. Yeah.
Dodo $90. How are you feeling today? Why you start stream so late? Also, what you mean they were being investigated by the agency? Because again, I didn't watch you play Control, so what agency?
Have you ever got so mad playing a game that you threw the controller? I used to do that when playing hard games like Ninja Gaiden. Then I'd feel stupid. I don't do that anymore though. I used to be that stupid and crazy.
Oh yeah, I used to throw my controller. Sometimes I still do. I'm a throwing stuff kind of guy when I get angry. Thanks for the donation, Vegan Ninja. And how it relate to Alan Wake? Also, do you think you could do a good Patrick Bet David impression? I don't know who that is, so probably not. So the agency deals with supernatural events. They primarily deal with interdimensional beings that are evil in nature or not benevolent in nature or malevolent in nature. And Jesse, the main character from Control, seems to have been investigating the incident at Bright Falls. You actually see that agency in the game. So it's all part of the same connected universe. The game Control and Alan Wake. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo.
I posted a little something in tea time in our Discord that is a little too long for this TTS, and would you agree or disagree, and how would all actions or morals not be equal in the view of an anti-realist?
Actions wouldn't be equal in the viewpoint from an anti-realist because of their own personal preferences on morality. Like, again, it's subjective, so depending on who you ask, they'll have different reasons for why they believe in, different things. Let's see. Having trouble trying to get past what I think to be a contradiction. So thinking all actions are equal, but also thinking all actions are not equal. So if someone is a moral anti-realist, then it would make sense to think all actions are equal. That's not entailed by the belief. So that's not a contradiction. I understand how we currently do things is morality is subjective, but that said, I can have my own preferences of what I think is right. But we can't get to that second part of having our own preferences if we logically think all actions are equal. Yeah, no. So that's not entailed by the belief. Even if, even if you reject the idea that morality is objective, even from an objective standpoint, not all actions are equal. Obviously, there's different ways that an action is going to affect different conscious beings. Even if there's no objective basis to say something is good or bad, they're still not equivalent. So no, it's not entailed by the belief that all actions are equal, especially from the viewpoint of the whoever the subject in question is judging, the set of circumstances. Thanks for the donation though, Jadler. Hope that helps.
Hello. They can come in and start moving.
Remember that name, Derek. The question of his involvement will...
Dodo Donatillers, you know who Patrick Bet David is? No. Look him up once. You've seen him. You will be like, oh, that guy. Also, what do you think the chances are that Alan Wake is sleeping and he's going to wake up out of this nightmare and he was in a coma and he wakes out of it? Very low likelihood. in my opinion. Let me see. Oh, him. I don't think I could do a good impression of him. Is that him? He used to be jacked? What? Panama City, 98. I'm 19 years old. Only thing on my mind was working out, fixing my 13 Hummers in the army, prospecting daily, buying tight shirts from Goodwill, partying my ass off. What the fuck, dude? That's pretty hilarious how he used to work out like crazy. That's funny as shit. That is hilarious. Okay. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. I don't think I could do a good impression of him.
Will become important later.
That's her purse. Look in it.
At this point, it doesn't seem as if there is any reason they have established probable cause to search the purse, nor any consent from the purse owner. It's unlikely that the landlord can consent to a search of the tenant's personal belongings. If items had been abandoned, the scenario might be different. But this is not the case here. It seems they're just continuing to rifle through the property for purposes consistent with what we've already seen.
Probably nothing to do.
Why they leave on this stuff?
Because we told him to get out. That's the little girl purse.
Oh, okay.
Y'all check these out. Oh, oh, it's GNC. Damn. Thought I hit some pills. Empty. I went to check. It was dark. That's the pistol. Okay. There.
They're stealing a gun?
This is about last night. Please, nah. Sure would hate to sanitize it. You still in here? You found something else? Oakley glasses.
Dodo Night Tellers, can you put Control 2 in your Steam wishlist? Also, this gonna make you lose faith in humanity. I don't think Control 2 is even technically officially announced yet. Let me see. I don't know why Steam glitches out like that for some reason. But let me take a look.
And they have been sounding the alarm, but we have not been listening. The people in power have not been listening.
I come here for a climate demonstration, not a political fuel.
What was he complaining about? Protester interrupted Greta Thunberg's speech in Amsterdam, grabbing the microphone, accusing her of turning the march into a political event, after Thunberg handed the microphone to a pro-Palestine. Oh, so this guy might have been based, and he was pissed off that she is promoting Palestine. Majid, over the past 24 hours, thousands of TikToks, blah, blah, blah. Bin Laden's infamous letter to America. I don't care about this. I don't know what that is, what that's about.
Like they got everything in a good spot. Got it. What's all this? Yeah. Yeah. See what's in here. Oh. Ray-Bans. Okay. What's in here?
Dodo Donate tells he has a unique nasally voice. Let me see.
To what we know today. What do we know about the vaccine today that we didn't know while we were all testing it in America, taking it? What have we learned now?
What do you mean testing it on America? There were tests before.
So I've already seen this clip. I don't know if I could do his voice.
From what we knew at the beginning of COVID to what we know today, what do we know about the vaccine today that we didn't know?
I don't think I could do his voice. Thanks for that donation, though, Dodo.
Hold on, put this right there. Hold on. Wait. Clean it out.
The thing is, it's possible that there could have been grounds for some of the seizures the constables made because drugs were found. However, they didn't follow any constitutional procedures, and it was obvious they weren't seizing items in the Fourth Amendment sense, but rather taking them as a predatory action. And they might have gotten away with it too, if it wasn't for LaQuenda's pesky body camera. However, the constables may have stronger legal ground for removing the firearms from the property, but the issue is still complicated. The officers have a right to be on the premises as the eviction process gives them the right to enter and remove the renter and their property. Additionally, the landlord can usually consent to entry. At that point, anything found in plain sight that indicates criminal activity can be pursued legally. This could rapidly escalate to probable cause. However, proper procedure would have been to call in for a telephonic warrant, listing the items seen to be seized, along with a probable cause statement. But even if some of the items were collected legally, the constables can't leave the scene with their treasures just yet. There's still the tenant to handle.
Okay. Yeah, there's cocaine, weed.
Cocaine and weed.
So...
All right, so I don't know about any of this.
But this, you're the owner of the house. It's going to be all on you.
All right.
So,
Put it on me.
Do you?
Well, it's Joe. That's what we asked you.
Did you find it in my room? You went through my drawers. I know you saw my vibrator. No. The drawers were open.
I didn't see any vibrator. We're talking about this. I don't want.
We're not here.
I don't want to have to take you to jail for this.
All right.
Whose is it?
I don't know. I obviously didn't even know it was in the house.
What about the other drugs?
What other drugs?
Cocaine.
I didn't know there was cocaine in the house.
And other marijuana as well.
Yeah, it's about large quantity, like felony type quantity. So
of cocaine?
Marijuana.
With baggage, so that means somebody was actually distributing.
Yeah.
Distribution.
It was from this house. So
yeah, I don't know anything about that. But put it on me. I'm the owner.
The constables convince the tenant to move away from the residence as sirens approach.
Are they coming for me?
They just
come in for.
Okay. Because I can get my driver's license out.
You don't have to run. What are they doing?
I don't know. Well, why are they running?
Because they're saying it's guns and but we gotta get it AR up and stuff.
I don't know.
The constables sound understandably nervous to have another law enforcement agency pulling up, likely worried that the focus will be on them rather than the resident. But as is becoming typical,
Dodo donates $2 to skip 1 minute into this video. The woke left is now defending Osama bin Laden, saying he was justified because of all of a sudden they became pro-Palestine, so they can't argue against bin Laden. What the fuck? Okay.
I will never look at this country the same. I will never. If you have read it, let me know if you are also going through an existential crisis in this very moment, because in the last 20 minutes, my entire viewpoint on the entire life I have believed and I have lived.
Okay, so these people are retarded. Thanks for that donation, Dodo.
For this case, all doesn't go as expected.
Hey, get back! Get back! Get back!
I'm trying to talk to my daughter.
Y'all get back.
Listen to me. You're being detained.
You're
You're not
not
going
being
to walk
arrested.
over there. Okay?
Y'all don't do anything. We don't
I'm trying to do this the nice way, but you're not going to walk away.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm talking to my daughter.
You being the same as
Give me your phone so you don't break.
Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand.
Turn around.
The presence of drugs and firearms escalates the eviction to a criminal matter, meaning that detaining the renter is legal in the interest of preventing evidence destruction and access to weapons. An actual arrest would be legal too, as they are able to articulate reasonable suspicion. With this excitement taking place, the constables were likely hopeful that attention would not turn on them, and it didn't. For 10 whole months after the eviction. It was only in November of 2021 that the accidentally filmed body cam footage came back to haunt the sticky-fingered constables. As it turns out, the resident had discovered that several items were missing from the home shortly after the eviction was carried out, and filed a report in February, according to an affidavit. In addition, it's been reported that accusations led to arrests, though it's unknown exactly when these accusations surfaced. It was in October, according to the affidavit, that everything finally caught up with them. The Smith County DA's office gave Texas Rangers a USB drive that contained some rather incriminating body camera footage associated with the case, and it was all downhill from there. LaQuinda Banks, whose body cam was recording, was approached first. After being read her Miranda rights, she's confronted with the footage she took documenting the theft in progress. She's going to have to do some quick thinking if she plans to deny her guilt.
Your body cam got turned off like I was doing stuff. You know that, right?
Yes.
You do now. When you thought you had it on and turned it off, you actually turned it on.
Yeah, I know. I saw both lights.
I don't think you know what I'm talking about.
No, like when I thought that you're saying when I thought that it was off, it was on. Hold on, don't come down here.
What a bitch. Wonder if she got that purse from stealing it from that house. Fucking bitch. Donate tellers, I'm your sole donator now, brought to you by the same people who think drag shows are porn. Biden and Z met today in San Francisco. Let me see. Yeah. Remember, it's only okay if straight people do it. Fucking retarded, dude. Biden called Xi Jinping a dictator right after constructive dialogue. Talk about short-term memory.
As you know, I just concluded several hours of meetings with President Xi, and I believe they were some of the most constructive and productive discussions we've had. He's a dictator in the sense that he is a guy who runs a country that is a communist country that is based on a form of government totally different than ours.
This is a completely different precedent. He is a dictator. You can have a discussion with a dictator that's productive. I don't know why those two things are mutually exclusive. Thanks for the donation, though.
Of fake and anonymous accounts, and it's called Spamiflage.
Depending on how you measure it, it's the biggest disinformation campaign the world's ever seen.
Professor Darren Linville from Clemson's Media Forensics Hub has tracked Spamiflage for years, but it's only now been revealed that the vast disinformation campaign is tied to the Chinese government.
Thousands and thousands of messages repeated over and over again.
A CNN review of court documents, social media reports, and interviews with victims reveals a massive, relentless campaign of intimidation by the Chinese government, targeting people on U.S. soil.
They told me
they will kill me if I don't delete my YouTube.
Zhao Jinchu posts pro-democracy YouTube videos criticizing the Chinese government from his office here at this church in Virginia. To hit back, the Chinese trolls post thousands of messages attacking him.
They cover people's eyes, so the Chinese people cannot see the reality.
A vast campaign of intimidation that even...
I get,
I know most sports are gay, but you should consider watching the NBA as a hobby. It helped with my depression and it might help with yours. Basketball at a high level can be quite entertaining and fun. Rooting for your fav players and teams. Root for Clippers.
I hate basketball. Watching basketball would not help my depression, but thanks for that donation, Jadler. Yeah, so I get spam called by Chinese, it's probably the Chinese government doing it, but basically what they do is they claim your visa has expired or something, and they try to get you back into China. But yeah, the Chinese government is fucked. They do a lot of messed up shit. Dodo Tellers, Russian bots are all over Twitter upset that Biden met and is with talking with Z. It's crazy how many RT videos they are tweeting and stuff. They're so bad at hiding. They are Russian bots also. Okay, this link is not working. Yeah, this link is not working. But, thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Even employs artists to create original illustrations to mock and harass its victims. It's not just some guy in his...
That is baffling. They hire original artists to make memes attacking fucking Chinese political dissenters in the US.
I think you just said take that.
I said take that.
You did. Keep watching.
Thank you.
So where did all this stuff go?
The stuff, the only thing that I saw that I wanted for myself was a pair of sunglasses and a little watch. Before we left, I put it back because I knew it was wrong.
Said y'all have returned everything to the homeowner.
They should be back there, but you didn't get any bullets. It wasn't on that paper.
Mm-mm. Did she get the AirPods back?
Nobody took any AirPods.
Well,
Huh?
that's what shoved in your shirt with those bullets.
AirPods?
Note that LaQuinta denies taking any AirPods, even as the footage replays her putting an AirPod box into her shirt. This doesn't exactly make for a sturdy defense.
So this a normal? Y'all just rummage through stuff and...
This was my second one. I mean, since he found dope, I mean, that's what we were told we were looking for. I mean, I've never been in one this big.
I don't understand shoving stuff in your shirt.
Oh, no. Not
Is that a normal course of action?
No, not supposed to do it. And that's why I had.
So when did you put this stuff back?
It was, I don't know how long the video is, but it was shortly before her arrest.
Note that there's no footage of LaQuinta taking anything back into the house before the tenant was arrested. In addition, the footage doesn't appear to skip or show any indication that the camera had been turned off for a while. She would also later claim that she felt forced to participate in the theft by her colleagues and feared she would get fired if she refused to participate. We'll leave the validity of that claim up to you, at least until we reveal.
That's just total bullshit. By the way, that does not absolve her of any wrongdoing. That just means she's complicit in criminal activity.
What the jury thought. The next constable to be questioned was Derek Holman, the owner of the car used to hide the stolen goods.
Arrested. Really? Linda needs to learn how to use her body cam so I can steal. What are we stealing? What are we stealing? I'll show you the video. Okay. Sure. Y'all went in to do that writ of possession? Y'all went in to do that writ of possession?
Oh my god. It's a cat.
Y'all started running to do stuff?
Cat, 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 cat.
So you know what I'm talking about. She unslips everything, sticks it in her pocket.
This is my cat.
I understand that, bro. Yes, sir.
It's a good kitty.
Come over here a minute.
No cookies for the cat.
Look down at her body cam. She's gonna put it in your beat. Instead of her standing at the door, tell her to go inside. Y'all all work together on it. She concealed it in your vehicle with your permission and with your help. Go ahead and take it. She concealed the stolen stuff before you knew about it. Even when she steals stuff upstairs, she walks down the stairs and you go, you got a little fatter. Touch some stuff she had already put in. There's a time for you to go sit down. Still anything. I didn't do. Still didn't do anything. So you letting her store all the stolen stuff in your car. I didn't have anything to do. Tell her to go get inside to unload. So now she's storing stolen stuff in your car. Because you tell her to. I didn't have anything to do with that.
Derek was likely surprised by the arrest, given that he'd already spoken to investigators several days before.
Sergeant Holman, like I talked to you earlier, we're looking at and I think on, it looks like January 26th, I believe. Y'all sort of writ of possession. Y'all initially turned it over to Tyler Pickett? Yes, sir. Okay. And y'all removed some stuff from the house. Which was, we just looked for any knives or firearms. Okay. So there's a few firearms that we found. And I think Constance said that she thinks when she got here, she knew where the list of the stuff that y'all took and later returned to her was. Yeah, see, she's saying like there's $300, there's an iPhone 8, Oakley sunglasses, jewelry, 4 bottles of perfume, iPhone X. I don't believe y'all. Well, it was a moving truck that she called. That's there. Yeah. To move all that. Yeah. Did you see anybody take any money? An iPhone 8, Oakley sunglasses, jewelry, Chanel perfume, iPhone X, Nike shoes, AirPods. No, sir. iPhone 12, MacBook. We know where the money went. That was $3,000. We know where that's at. It's seized. Yes, sir. Not at all.
This likely struck investigators as questionable, considering that this was Derek's response when he saw LaQuinda come downstairs with a bunch of goods secreted away in her shirt.
You need to go sit down and rest a little bit?
Yeah, I need to go sit down and rest.
Yeah, go sit down and rest a little bit.
We got a little fat over there. Trying to find a pocket.
Derek is also the one who checked to see if LaQuinda's body camera was off and failed to notice it wasn't. This, along with the fact that the stolen items were hidden in his car, doesn't make him look too good. However, his unwavering story that he had absolutely no involvement in the incident would fare well for him, as you're about to see.
Really?
Finally, police approached Smith County Precinct 1 Constable Curtis Traylor Harris, who was the highest-ranking officer suspected to be involved in the theft.
Before we get started, you know you're under arrest, right? Yes. You don't have any gun or anything like that. No. Let me just...
After reading Curtis's rights, the investigators sit him down to watch the footage from LaQuinda's body cam.
You should take that. No, I said this. You said take that.
Oh, yeah, I said you take everything in there because they had cocaine.
Well, that's normally how y'all take everything.
Do you?
Dodo Tillars, the woke right is upset that Biden called Xi Jinping a dictator. I don't get it. President Xi Jinping says China wants to be friends with the U.S. and that his nation won't fight a war with anyone. One of his clearest remarks yet, proclaiming a desire for peaceful ties between the world's two largest economies. Well, I don't know.
about that, especially considering the amount of cyber attacks China's committed against the U.S.
Whatever stage of development it may reach, China will never pursue hegemony or expansion and will never impose its will on others. China does not seek spheres of influence and will not fight a cold war or a hot war with anyone. China will remain committed to dialogue and oppose confrontation and build partnerships instead of alliances. It will continue to pursue a mutually beneficial strategy of opening up. The modernization we are pursuing is not for China alone. We are ready to work with all countries to advance global modernization featuring peaceful development, mutually beneficial cooperation, and common prosperity, and to build a community with a shared future for mankind.
That would be nice if it was true, but yeah, Xi Jinping, under his administration, they've done really fucked up shit. Like, yeah, the cyber attacks against the United States, targeting American citizens in the U.S. who have a Chinese background. Yeah, trying to get U.S. military nuclear secrets, the war crimes that they've committed in fucking Africa, like...
President, after today, would you still refer to President Xi as a dictator? This is a term that we used earlier this year.
Well, look, he is. I mean, he's a dictator in the sense that he is a guy who runs a country that is a communist country that's based on a form of government totally different than ours. Anyway.
He is a dictator. Biden says Xi doesn't have a democratic bone in his body. Yeah, he doesn't. That is not a controversial statement. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
See you taking anything?
I was going to say, it looks like one person's on the speak yet.
And I don't pay no attention to her. You see me doing my job.
What are you
Like
doing?
LaQuinda, Curtis insists that everything taken from the house was returned, and even
Can you
makes
not
a
step on
cursory
my
attempt to
nuts,
locate the
please?
missing bullets. But as you can likely predict, they were nowhere to be found. Curtis, LaQuinda, and Derek were all accused of felony theft and official oppression, a misdemeanor. But despite the identical charges, each case was decided differently. After being found guilty, Curtis received the heftiest punishment. Perhaps because of his higher rank, he was sentenced to 5 years of probation and fined $10,000.
Black Aspergis. Who would you most/least prefer to have anal sex with? Name them in order. Greg Doucette, Frank Tufano, Xi Jinping, Whoopi Goldberg, Big Lenny, Turkey Tom, Tash Peterson, Jordan Peterson, EDP, and lastly, Donald Trump Jr. Cheers.
Most to least preferred. Dude, that's a super long list. I guess most preferred would be Tash Peterson. Ah, fuck. Okay, Prismo, stop stepping on my nuts. You're being a weird kitty. Then I guess Whoopi Goldberg. Greg Doucette. Jordan Peterson, Turkey Tom, Donald Trump Jr., Xi Jinping, Big Lenny, EDP. In that order. Thanks for the donation, Grandma.
If he violates his parole at any time, he will be required to spend 2 years in jail. He's currently appealing the oppression charge, and the case is pending. LaQuinda was also found guilty and placed on probation, although she only received 18 months. The felony theft charge against her was dropped when she pleaded guilty, and, as a result, She was only convicted of the oppression charge, which is a misdemeanor. While on the stand, LaQuinta also stated that she was embarrassed and remorseful to have taken part in the crime. Finally, Derek Holman, whose car was used to transport the stolen goods, was found not guilty on all charges when a jury decided there was reasonable doubt of his involvement. After all, there was no footage of him removing anything from the house personally. Of the 3 constables suspected, he's the only one to avoid criminal charges. However, Curtis, LaQuinta, and Derek have all since resigned from their jobs as constables.
Wow. That's amazing how so many of them were complicit. Or not even complicit, they were part of the crime.
It happened after school in the song Lip Gloss. Carbon, red carbon, black carbon, and it looks cool. Green is also one of my favorite colors. And then to top it all off, S23 Variator Kit. They include a couple different sets of weights in here, so we'll see which one it likes and go from there. But we're gonna go ahead and slap all this stuff in. So when the crank starts to go, it's gonna spin your clutch and then bah. It's a little different than a motorcycle transmission.
This has got 5 horsepower?
No, probably like, I don't know. That's a good question. Look it up. I don't know.
3 horsepower.
I think it's a 110 motor.
110 cc.
Yeah.
Wonder how many horsepower. Let's go look it up.
I don't know. Check it out. Let me know. Get back to us with that, Andy.
Gotcha.
Thanks. Andy's gonna get right back to us with that. Yeah. These nuts off is gonna be with an impact gun. Don't even try holding your brake or wedging something in there. You're gonna pop off it here. Don't lose any of those nuts that come off. And then same thing with this. Should all just kind of come out in one piece. So save your belt. This is going to be your OEM clutch. This is your OEM bell housing.
Non-binary, indigenous, social anxiety, mental health, generational trauma, intimidated, feels unsafe with PTSD around white PPA and cops, triggered.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Let me take a look at this.
Why are you driving in the wrong way of traffic?
No, I just got changed around. I just moved here like 2 months ago.
Okay.
I just got changed around.
Okay. Do you understand what's going on though?
Yes.
You're going in on.
Jalen, don't need to tell us who is dumber, flat earthers or people who believe fruits and vegetables are bad for you. I'd say they're about as stupid. Just for different reasons. I'm sure there's a big overlap between flat earthers and people who think fruits and vegetables are bad for you. Thanks for the donation though, Jalen.
Oncoming traffic.
I know, and I just decided that it was better just to turn around really quick.
Okay.
But I'm sorry. I just have like really bad social anxiety and stuff.
I get you.
I don't want to step out whenever you're asking for stuff.
Right back
As
here,
an
please.
indigenous person.
Miss Perry? Am I?
Well, I'm non-binary, so.
Okay. What do you go by?
It's Kai.
How can I refer to you tonight? Kai? Okay. Hey, I'm smelling alcohol.
I know.
How much have you consumed tonight?
Like probably 3 drinks.
I need to run you through some tests right now. Stand facing me, please.
But I just want you to know that I also have very bad social anxiety.
You and me both.
Okay.
Okay. Any recent head trauma, traumatic brain injuries, anything I need to know about?
Mental, yes.
Focus on my finger, please.
I am. You're just like trying to intimidate me.
I don't know how I'm trying to do that. This is the test.
As you know, as an indigenous person, and there's a bunch of going around, I'm sorry, but it's just for me to be on my toes.
I get you.
Can you remember that I told you that I'm non-binary?
Yeah, I'll try my hardest. I'll refer to you as Kai, right?
Yes.
Perfect. I need to know if you have any injuries or anything that would prevent you from doing a standard walk or a turn tonight.
Mental health.
Any physical injuries?
Mental, yeah. But no, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mental, PTSD, depression, anxiety.
I get you.
What else you want?
Now with your right foot, place it in front of your left in a heel-to-toe touching manner with your arms by your side, just like this, ma'am.
Can you not call me ma'am, please?
I'm trying my hardest.
Okay, well.
Okay.
It means a lot to me.
I'm trying my
I
hardest.
don't feel like a man, so
Okay.
it's kind of triggering.
Right foot in front of your left. Nope, go back.
I'm sorry, but that whole man thing just like...
I apologize. Let's see if we can move forward from it. You have 0 questions?
Dude.
No, but I just want to tell you that I suffer from really bad anxiety, especially with generation.
Have you ever faced blatant racism IRL? Yeah, there was a guy who shouted at me, calling me the N-word after nearly running into me on the sidewalk. Let's see. One time I got profiled by the police. I was taking photos with my camera. And they accused me of planning to break into a building. Like, it was retarded, and then they demanded that I give my ID, and I refused. And then they just fucked off, and they were following me for a while. So yeah, there have been a few times. Dodo Donated Tillers, I think the pro-Hamas sentiment will blow over in 1 to 2 months. Everyone will forget about it and move on, maybe less, especially depending how quickly Israel wins this. I am go sleep bye. Okay, well, sweet dreams, Dodo. Nighty night, thanks for the donation. Gaza City before the war, was it worth it, Hamas? Yeah, really. Doesn't look like the worst place, but Hamas definitely made it worse. Thanks for the donation again, Dodo.
Emotional trauma and PTSD around white people and cops, like,
Oh boy.
it's just,
I'm going to speak with you right over here, okay?
no.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and place your hands behind your back.
Don't, dude.
Don't make it hard.
Please.
Don't make it hard.
No,
Don't. You're going to get a resistance.
Dude,
You're going to get a
I
resistance.
don't.
Don't resist.
Don't.
Listen to me. Don't resist.
Don't. You're being
Come
a
here.
white man and
Come here.
don't. I followed
You're being a white man. Yes. Yes, he is, isn't he?
all of your shit. Like, as an indigenous person, like, you guys.
How many times has she said that as an indigenous person?
You guys are scaring me.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Yes, there is. It's called generational trauma.
Okay, walk on my vehicle.
Oh my god, dude. That's great.
So again, when this starts to go, it's going to grab your variator is going to be up here. It's the next thing that we're replacing. Once you take that first cover off, you'll be able to just pull your whole variator out. This is the slider for it, and then your weights are in here. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and clean this case out, all these old belt shavings, make it look So now that we got all our CVT stuff taken apart, we're gonna go ahead and get our 39mm socket and put it on top of your clutch. You're gonna break that free. I like to stand on it when I do it, but you're just gonna bust this nut loose, replace your contra, and then we'll get into talking about changing out your clutch. And you're keeping pressure on everything. This is what I run, this is what all my boys run, so that's that we have. Cooler, to be honest with you. I'm sure whatever they make the clutch material out of is better than stock too. You can see that this is already glazing, which is kind of crazy. Going past that, stock springs, super light, boring, NCY, red, heavy duty, so pretty huge difference. Not only does it look nice, so this is all installed, looks great. We're gonna go ahead and put this cover back on and then throw his new bars on. Swap. the same as that one. I love new cars. Same take. Yeah, you can put something in there. Yeah. Like that too, if you wanted to.
Never seen anybody wheelie a Navi. That's pretty funny. I think it's about time to play some video games. What do you guys think?